Welcome to Charlton Athletics video review for 2001-2002. Here in the edit suites we've sifted through the highs and lows of 43 matches to give you a comprehensive and entertaining account of another Premiership season. From Everton in August to Manchester United in May, via a few derbies in London, sit back with us and relive the last 9 months. Before the big kick-off, Alan Kirbishley signed a new 4-year contract. And striker Sean Bartlett's loan deal became a permanent one for £2 million. In at right back, Luke Young signed from Tottenham Hotspur for £4 million. While Jason Euell became the club's record signing at £4.75 million from Wimbledon. Out through the exit door, Sean Newson departed for Wolverhampton Wanderers for £1 million. The pre-season casualty list was lengthy and included Radostin Kishishev, who made only 4 sub-appearances all season. Matthias Svensson also had knee ligament damage. He was out till the new year. Klaus Jensen's season would begin in October, but end in January. Captain Mark Kinsella was still recovering from a double hernia operation. Gavin Peacock, signed on 3 months loan as cover, would soon be jinxed by injury himself. The new North Stand, which would take the whole season to complete, was under construction, and there was a mood of optimism at the Valley ahead of the big kick-off against Everton. The previous season's fortress, though, was about to be breached on day one, and with a World Cup looming, Sven took his seat early.
Stubbs, not for the first time, to head the ball to safety. And by Euell. Oh, a mistake by Webb! And a goal for Charlton Athletic. It's a goal for Jonathan Johansson. Pistone. Hit long towards Ferguson. Ferguson again. Oh, and that's a penalty. Duncan Ferguson steps forward. Ferguson against Kylie. A chance for Ferguson to make it 1-1, and it is 1-1. Ferguson and Campbell, both determined to make their presence felt. Gravison with the corner. And Webb! It's David Webb!
The penalty decision, we think there was a handball before that, and that's what they're complaining about, but I've got no complaints about the result. I just wish we could have held on and got something from the game.
A disappointing start, and the injury problems got a whole lot worse at Ipswich. Richard Rufus, suspended against Everton on day one, lasted only half an hour before a serious knee injury in this clash with Marcus Stewart sidelined him for 7 months. It was a massive blow for Alan Kirbishley and the player. There was some good news, however, thanks to super sub Kevin Lisby.
Euell complaining about the challenge by Haridason. Oh, and Charlton have taken the lead. It's Kevin Lisby. 85 minutes gone. They've been under pressure for much of the game, but suddenly Charlton Athletic have gone in front. And it's a first Premiership goal for Kevin Lisby. And what a goal it was. Goal kicked by Kylie, and Lisby onto it into a flash. Magnificent finish by Lisby.
Well, to be fair, any goal right now would have been all right for me. It's my first of the season, the first in the Premiership, and to score like that is a gift.
Young Kev has always threatened, he's always been around our first team, and he hasn't got the goals, and that is the only thing that's been lacking from his performances. And you know, last year he played a few games and came on as sub and had chances which he should have put away. Lo and behold, the goal he does score to get him off the mark is one that was probably unstoppable.
All I can remember is me and the defender going up for it, and it just bubbling down, and I thought, just hit it. You know, I've not done it lately. I just thought I'd like to have a chance in a second.
You like to get the points just to start the season rolling, and we have.
Bartlett. Still nothing in it in this London derby. This is Stewart. Chris Powell is up from the back, and time to measure across, which he has done teasingly, and it's an own goal by Andy Melville. It was Bartlett's header back, Powell who provided the cross, and Charlton ahead. Ball in for Stewart, who was a little slow to react. Legwinski got there first, and here's Legwinski again, who's outpaced the Charlton defence. Fine save by Kiley. Boa Morty has buried the follow-up. 1-1.
By the time Charlton met Port Vale in the Worthington Cup, the terrorist attacks on September the 11th had shaken the world. Some believed all football should have been postponed that week, but the domestic games were played. Port Vale of Division 2 were beaten by John Fortune's and Paul Konchesky's first ever goals for Charlton. Memorable moments for both players, but in difficult circumstances. The following Sunday, and football paid its respects to the United States victims. Charlton lost again at home as the Valley fell silent.
Keane, goal. You only make one mistake with this fella around, and Charlton made it, and Keane punishes them for his first goal of the season to give Leeds United the lead on 20 minutes. Stewart going in hard, and the referee didn't like that challenge and immediately steps in to separate the players concerned.
Well, I think once you go into challenges like this, there's only going to be one outcome. It really was a very dangerous challenge indeed from Graham Stewart. Not really renowned, but that's two-footed.
And the referee instantly went for red. Euell finding Batty. This is Mills. What a goal! And that's just about the most unpopular goal that the Valley has seen this season. Danny Mills, who's been a target for the boos from the Charlton fans right from the off, has made it 2-0 to his new club.
We feel a bit hard done by. Certainly when we played here last year against Leeds, there was a far worse challenges last year in the game and resulted in nothing. So we're a bit hard done by, I think.
The return of captain Mark Kinsella boosted morale at Sunderland, but Charlton couldn't quite hang on.
Fish has made his way forward. Closely watched there by Niall Quinn. Johansson also on the edge of the penalty area. Konchesky with a corner kick. On, it's gone in. Charlton Athletic have taken the lead. Bartlett will take all the credit, but it may well have gone in off the goalkeeper. Mervyn Day demanding more effort. Young with the throw, launched into the 6-yard area, and Brown has scored! A second goal for Charlton Athletic, and it's been scored by Steve Brown. Just wasn't a challenge. Nacho rooted to the goal line and beaten by that looping header from Steve Brown. It's getting better and better for Charlton. Here's Arca. Now Phillips, who's doing some of his best work outside the penalty area. And Quinn! Sunderland have pulled the goal back. Sunderland free kick there. Lots of movements inside the penalty area. Oh, Quinn! He's got another one! 2 goals in little over a minute for Sunderland, and 2 for Niall Quinn.
Maybe before the game you'd be happy with a point, the way we've been playing and battling out results, but to go 2-0 up and the crowd on the back was a good advantage to us, but it went pear-shaped for about 2 minutes and they got back in the game and the crowd got up, and the last 20 minutes was very difficult for us.
The home win against struggling Leicester City was anything but straightforward. Steve Brown's first-half handball was deliberate, according to referee Mike Dean, despite his ankle giving way in an awkward fall. The red card delivered to the stricken Brown incensed the crowd. And Superstore merchandising catalogues then rained down in demonstration from all sides of the valley. Leicester's players saw the funny side, but things would get worse for them, as Charlton's management helped to clear up the mess. Numerical advantage wasn't to be Leicester's for long, as Junior Lewis clashed with Jonathan Johansson. Hardly X-rated stuff, and definitely a case of evening things up. Peter Taylor was flabbergasted. His job was on the line. Charlton strikers put him out of his misery.
Bartlett wins the header. Powell is onto it. He's got around Marshall and delivered a fantastic cross, onto which is Jonathan Johansson to establish a lead for Charlton Athletic. Powell dug so deep to make that possible. Industry appreciated in full by the home crowd and by the manager Alan Kirbishley and by Jonathan Johansson, who got on to the end of the cross. Benjamin. Todd went in with the challenge and took the free kick with excellent haste. Here's Johansson. And there's Bartlett! 2-0 Charlton! Sean Bartlett slithering in at the back post. And you would think taking the home side out of reach of hapless Leicester. Stewart. Johansson. Kinsella. And Euell against the post. Poor guy, when will it come? Poor Jason Euell, since he came on, has been presented with 2 or 3 really good chances to get his first goal for the club. This perhaps the best of them all, and he hit the upright.
Brownie's got sent off, rightly or wrongly, but then the crowd, I think their reaction gave us a big lift. I think the whole place took off a little bit, and we responded, and I think from that moment, really, from Steve Brown's sending off, there was only one team in it.
So the end of September, an indifferent start, but victory against Leicester had moved the Addicts up to 12th in the Premiership table. In the past 10 years, Charlton's track record of developing young talent has paid huge dividends for the first team. The latest one off the production line, a centre-half with tremendous promise.
Running on against Everton was like a great feeling for us, you know, because I finally got to make my debut at home at the Valley as well. It was a bit nervy at the time, but I managed to get through it, managed to get a couple of tackles in early doors, and then just disappointed we actually lost the game. You know, it would have been a great feeling to make my home debut and actually win the game. Got a goal against Port Vale, and that was my debut, as it goes, my first full debut, and yeah, it was a special moment for me and my family as well. So very happy about that. I always thought this season I would hopefully manage to break through. You know, I was thinking to myself, I'm getting to 21, and it was now or never really to break into the Charlton side. And I'm more surprised at how many games I've actually started. I thought I'd had a bit part where I was a sub coming on here and there, but I'm more than happy to start as many games as I have this season. Me, Paul, and Scotty have grown up together. I like to see them breaking through at such an early age, and then me having to wait in the reserves and wait for a little bit longer. I was just so grateful to actually get the chance to start playing with these boys. This is where I want to be. I've seen what's out there in the Premier League, and that's part of my plans to be in the Premier League.
The Worthington Cup third round and victory over West Bromwich Albion at the Hawthorns. More importantly, a first goal for record signing Jason Euell, albeit from the penalty spot after Chris Powell had been fouled. Euell's spot kick was enough to clinch the victory, and Charlton will look forward to Premiership encounters against the Baggies next season.
Kinsella. Young available to his right. It's Young. Bartlett! Oh, that's a very good save by Crossley. Nobody expected the ball to ricochet all the way through to Sean Bartlett. But when it did, he was ready. And he made a very, very good stop.
We're a bit despondent. I think our fans want us to pour forward and, you know, that's expected. But 0-0. It's just one of those games that you don't want to lose it. You know, if it's not going to happen for you on a day, at least don't lose. So I think that's the only crumb of comfort we can take.
Klaus Jensen was back against Derby County at Pride Park, where once again it was a substitute grabbing all the attention.
Christie on the post. Burley with the corner kick. It's Ravanelli! And Derby County have taken the lead. Maweni. Here's Christie. And Ravanelli! Great stop by Kylie. Kylie did so well then. Instinctive stop by the goalkeeper. Konchesky. Aimed towards Bartlett. All four didn't gather. And it's off the line almost there by Zavagano. Charlton doing everything it seems at the moment but score. Johansson and Bartlett have been added to that defensive wall. It's within range for Jensen. It is Jensen! Oh, brilliant stop by Foyer. Good free kick, but well dealt with. So Bartlett is off. On comes Jason Euell. Limited opportunities so far for Jason Euell following his move in the summer for £4.75 million. Here's Euell. Oh, fantastic goal by Jason Euell. Incredible. That's his first goal in the Premiership for Charlton, and what a goal it was. Magnificent strike. They've had so many chances, Charlton, but that was an exceptional finish by Jason Euell. Brilliant. Look at the angle as well, right in the top corner.
Amazing goal. I just said to him that, you know, we haven't scored too many goals this year and we've created loads of chances. I know it sounds, most managers will say that sort of stuff, but we haven't managed to finish teams off, and you know, I'll be happy with a little side foot, but he scored a goal there, Jason, that I think has got to be a contender for goal of the season.
When you do it, it just happens so quick and you always have little flashbacks in your mind, but I mean, I don't mind if it's goal of the season or whatever. I just want to have that as my first one and remember that.
Villa Park next, and rumours of a training ground bust-up were confirmed when Dean Kiley took the field with a black eye. Andy Todd had been fined, dropped and placed on the transfer list for his part in the altercation. Charlton were beaten 1-0 by a Hassan Kashlul goal. And it would have been worse, but for Kiley's brave performance, despite his injuries.
Beyond Dublin, a bit of space for the striker to run into, and he's tried his luck, and that's a fabulous save by Kiley. But he saw that one all right. Terrific stop from the Republic of Ireland international.
Off the field at the Valley, the North Stand structure was taking fabulous shape. On the pitch, though, against Liverpool, another defeat.
Right through, helped on and whipped into Jamie Redknapp. Owen always onside and clean through here. Michael Owen! He's back, and he's back with a goal. Brilliant finishing. He is such a poacher.
Charlton now required a monumental performance at Highbury. What they served up was a pay-per-view event that sold itself over and over again. Charlton fans will still be talking about this one for years to come.
Vieira. Lauren. Ljungberg ahead of him. Bergkamp comes short to receive it and finds the Swede. The ball back for Bergkamp. There's a beauty. Good goalkeeping, but Henry lifts it back over and against the post and then off the line from Bergkamp's effort. Amazing incident. As Cole finds Pires, lovely turn by the Frenchman to set himself up, but he finds Henry! And this time it's in! They only delayed the inevitable by 30 seconds. Thierry Henry scores again. His 8th goal in 7 games, his 14th of the season. Arsenal got 5 against Charlton in the corresponding game here last season. It could easily have been 5 again, even at this stage today. Crunching tackle by Cole. And the referee's going to reach for a yellow card.
You spoke a little bit too soon, didn't you, about the yellow card? Remember rightly, that's only Ashley Cole's first tackle, isn't it?
You're right.
Might have just given him the benefit of the doubt, but it certainly was a crunching tackle. Clearly is a foul. But, the way that Mr. Halsey has refereed the game, I thought he may well have just given Ashley Cole just one.
Clearly the home fans would agree with you here. Boos all round for the punishment, meted out to the Arsenal and England left back. Oh, they've scored! Out of nothing, Brown appeared on the end of the free kick, and Charlton, against all the odds, are level.
Well, I did talk about the amount of chances that Arsenal have missed, and you just wonder whether it might just come back to haunt you. And really, Brown, it's a simple set piece. You see it time and time again, up and down the country. A left footer from the right-hand side, bending in towards the goalkeeper, and then you're just looking for one of your players to get in front of any of the defenders, and that's exactly what Brown did.
Charlton have a free kick from a very similar position to the one from which they scored.
Well, the angle's not as good, Alan, and it'll be interesting to see whether Konchesky still tries to put this into right about the penalty spot. Hasn't got as much of an angle on it as he certainly had from the goal. It was a good delivery for that.
Brown, the goal scorer, near the penalty spot. It's gone in towards Euell this time. Well, this is the most amazing game I think I've seen all season. Against all the odds, Charlton find themselves in front.
Well, Richard Wright, he's very young, he's still learning, and he comes, I've talked about that spot really, where the goalkeeper ought to come and claim quite comfortably. Jason Euell just makes a nuisance of himself, that's all he does. And that's high, it's travelled a long way. Well, you expect your goalkeeper to do better, and that's an own goal. Clearly comes off the goalkeeper. He's got to show a little bit more authority than that, because Jason Euell doesn't do an awful lot against him.
Euell had a big part to play in that second goal, but didn't even bother to claim it. Certainly must go down as an own goal by Wright. Here's Van Bronckhorst meantime. Good effort. It's come out to Keown, who blasts it high into the crowd. Is it going to be one of those days for Arsenal, I wonder? Yeah, and a bit of pressure here from Johansson, and it comes to Jensen, who's tried to chip the keeper and has done so and found the net. And astonishingly, Charlton are 3-1 in front.
Well, there's been some bizarre goals here this afternoon, but that was absolutely brilliant. Really was from Klaus Jensen. There was a lot of biting going on around Patrick Vieira's feet. Some sloppy throw, really, from Ashley Cole. But just look how hard Charlton worked to try and get this ball back. Johansson it was, and then Jensen's got nothing on other than that. And he really does deliver it with absolute superb execution. Remember Glenn Hoddle scoring one very similar number of years ago in a similar position against Watford, and that was as good as that.
Full credit to Charlton Athletic. And here they go again with Johansson. It could have been 4. It's like the reverse of the first half. The chance is now falling to Charlton.
Well, he knows he's missed a good chance, and really Gilles Grimondi gets caught in no man's land. And perhaps a little bit more composure from Jonathan Johansson. It could quite easily have been 4-1. Well, it really has been an incredible afternoon. I'm sure that Arsene Wenger can't quite believe what he's seen here. I said earlier about one of the criticisms that people do have of Arsenal these days is the amount of chances that they do create, they don't convert enough. And they may well pay for that here this afternoon if they can't.
Arsenal in tatters.
Well, he's definitely onside, Alan. There's no two ways about that. Jason Euell makes the perfect run. He's been struggling for confidence, he's been struggling for goals this season, but he's enjoyed that one. That man may well not have, but this is the break from Jensen again, and there you can see Arsenal. Laurent steps up, and there's no real reason for him to do that, because he can look across the rest of his back four and he can see where everybody is. There you can see Laurent with his arm up. He isn't anywhere near being offside, and Jason Euell makes him pay yet again.
Well, they're a yard quicker at the moment than they were in the first half, Charlton, but the door's been left open here, and Henry could punish them. Great save by Kylie. And now Arsenal fans must be thinking it's going to be one of those days. That was a wonderful opportunity to reduce the deficit. Vieira, Pires, Ljungberg, now Bergkamp dropping deep and finding Van Bronckhorst. It's a lovely ball in. Henry twists and turns and sets himself up and goes down, and the referee has pointed to the spot. A chance, perhaps, a glimmer of hope for Arsenal.
Well, it really does do this very well indeed, doesn't he? He twists and turns. And when I first saw it, I just wonder whether there's a touch, and I think there is. I think there's a touch from Fish. I think Thierry Henry is a little bit fortunate there. You can see where the referee's position is. I think that ball just moves, but when he sees it from behind. And I don't think he gets the sort of view that we've seen from the camera.
Well, Patrick Vieira missed from the penalty spot in the 1-1 draw at Sunderland. He certainly won't be taking it. Bergkamp and Henry are in conversation, and it looks as though the Frenchman has won the vote. This to make it 4-2. Which he has. Game on again.
Arsenal had been humbled at Highbury. It was Charlton's first win there in 46 years. A great day for everyone associated with the football club. The men in black had upset the odds, unbeaten once again against London opposition, and they had every right to celebrate.
We started bright second half and 2 great goals and give us confidence, and we were dangerous on the break. I mean, like first half they could have walked in 4 or 5 goals, but we defended well and rode our luck and probably deserved to go 4-2 up the second half.
And then, Steve, was it just a question of holding out to the end?
Oh, absolutely. We rooted ourselves to the edge of the 18-yard box, and you know, as soon as they got the penalties 4-2, the crowd roar. You know, you can tell there's 10% more in their effort, and it was a case of just, you know, even though we had a 2-goal lead, it was a case of holding on. Yeah.
The first 2 goals from set pieces, but what do you think of Klaus Jensen's third?
Well, you know, I was thinking he was going to do it, honestly, because he had 3 or 4 men around him. There was nothing else he could do, and as soon as he hit it, I thought it was going to be a goal. You know, we just had that feeling today. You know, we've come in and people are going to obviously use the lucky bit, but I go back to the fact that we defended fantastically when we had to, got our bodies in the way, and then especially Dean Kiley, and then when they had decent chances, they missed them, and you can't afford to do that because you're going to get punished.
And as if that wasn't enough, Klaus Jensen's wonder strike was the November goal of the month.
There has been brought on it. It's Klaus Jensen. Delightful!
Before the game, Alan actually mentioned that Peter Schmeichel has scored more goals than any of our midfielders. So I think Klaus took that to heart.
I think it was Jason Euell and Jonathan Johansson and myself trying to close down Patrick Vieira, and got the ball off him, and next thing was that it was at my feet.
If you look at the goal, there's a quick look
to see where Wrighty is and obviously the goal.
And he dispatched the chip, and you know, it hit the bar post and went in, so it was great. I mean, it was measured to perfection.
Congratulations, Klaus, on winning November's goal of the month.
Thank you.
And if you get one more, you will have 2, which would be one more than Schmeichel.
Next, another live television appearance, and for the neutral perhaps, an even more exciting game than the previous one, if that was possible.
Here's Di Canio. Goes down by Konchesky. Good touch then from Sinclair. Now Di Canio with a well-weighted ball and an early chance and a goal too from Kitson. Oh, he's back in the team and he's back with a goal. Just 3 minutes in, Paul Kitson has pounced for West Ham. Only playing tonight because Frederick Canute is out injured. This is sub-start for him. His first game in the Premiership since February of last year. Now Sinclair showing his pace here. Kitson in the centre, still Sinclair. It's Kitson! Again Sinclair. Terrific stop by Dean Kiley. And he finally bailed his team out. But my word, they were reeling then. Such incisive attacking play by West Ham. Led by Sinclair, that was Kitson, almost claiming his second of the night. Sinclair in on the act again, and Kiley just about to the rescue for Charlton. Here's Kinsella, so often their driving force in the midfield. Brown, who's a target up front. And a chance for Euell, and it's there. At the second attempt, Jason Euell has equalised for Charlton. Some indecisive goalkeeping really then from Shaka Hislop, as I think we'll see here. Well, they left 2 of them unmarked. And it was Jason Euell who took advantage here of some sloppy West Ham defending. Hislop will certainly be disappointed. He had hold of it here, and it slipped from his grasp. In it, Jason Euell. Here's Young's throw then for Charlton. Oh, a clever touch by Parker. Euell didn't read it. But Repka was in trouble then. Here's Euell again. And he has scored again. Oh, some woeful defending by West Ham. It has been punished by the awareness in front of goal of Jason Euell. Parker's clever little flick there. What on earth was Repka doing? He got himself in a dreadful tangle. And Euell has made it 2-1 to Charlton as they turn it round. Di Canio. Now can he provide some inspiration for West Ham? He certainly can. Very good ball. Scott Minto in towards Kitson. 2-2. Anything Euell could do, so could Kitson. And that was an outstanding goal. All started by Di Canio. With that fabulous pass out then to Scott Minto. And a beautifully weighted ball by him, really attacked by Kitson. Minto, the former Charlton man, away down the left. Yeah, what a ball that was in then for Paul Kitson. And such an accurate finish too by him. Laid on here to Johansson. 3-2 Charlton. Jonathan Johansson, who breaks his barren spell. He got 6 without a goal. And again, well, West Ham was sliced open so easily. It simply wasn't a tackle. Johansson sprinting through unattended really to slip it in. Parker with the pass. That set him on his way. Here's Cole. His first contribution to Di Canio. Always a danger when he's anywhere near the ball, anywhere near the goal, I should say. Back to Kitson! It's a hat-trick for him. An amazing comeback for Paul Kitson on this rare first-team start. Boy, has he had some night. It's 3-3. The magic of Di Canio helping to set things up. Came off fish there. And this time it's static defending by Charlton that has been punished. Jermaine Defoe is going to come on here for West Ham. You can hear the crowd's reaction. He is, of course, a former Charlton youngster, and he controversially switched clubs. Carrick advancing, so is Daly. He's on a good run too. Into Defoe! And that is some way to return to your old club. Jermaine Defoe. He came on as a substitute to score at Ipswich, and he has repeated the trick tonight. The home fans here have jeered his every touch. Didn't he tuck it away well? Real power then, it was too hot for Dean Kiley. That's a quality finish from the 19-year-old. He can only look on and hope now. And he will feel, I'm sure, his team deserve something from this game. Chance goal! Johansson has got it. It's 4-4. An amazing game. And Charlton have come back here right at the death and seemingly have sneaked a point for this spectacular strike from Johansson. His second of the evening. And it was expertly taken. Beyond Xhaka, his lot. And what relief and jubilation for Alan Curbishley.
Obviously people are going to look at that game and be privileged to be here, I think. You know, it was one of them sort of games. I would have loved to have won it. I think we've done enough to have won it. You know, it's my opinion on it. And you know, I'm disappointed we haven't, but a 3-2 in extra time, then, sorry, a 4-3 in extra time, you think it's lost, but it'd have been very, very harsh if we'd have lost that tonight.
Well, if that was fantastic entertainment, it was also a major breakthrough for Charlton's record signing. Jason Euell's 3 goals in 2 high-profile matches won the crowd over, and he'd go on to be the season's top scorer.
I can always remember what Alan Shearer always said, you know, when he got bought for 15 million from Blackburn, he always said that the price tag's nothing to do with him, you know, he can't help what price we put in his head, and nor can I, you know. I think if it was $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, I think you're still going to want to go to a club and do the job at whatever price you're going to cost, you know, and that's do as well as you can, and that's what I'm aiming to do.
Kinsella and Euell against the post.
As it was going on, I was getting chance after chance sort of thing, and then I think one time I came at Leicester, I hit the post and Walker made a save and went over the bar, and then you always thought it was going to happen sooner rather than later, you know, and I think that the game against Derby did actually like break the ice, you know, and sort of set things rolling, and it went on from there.
Here's Euell. Oh, fantastic goal by Jason Euell. Incredible.
I think sometimes when you see fans and that, I think a lot of them always do give it credit for how hard you do actually work, you know, and a lot of people say, oh, you work really hard, but you're not scoring the goals, it all come together. But I think it takes you more when you are brought to score the goals, and when you get them against the London clubs, I think all London derbies are all big, or any derby, you know, and I think the fans always seem to appreciate that more. I think when you do score in that, they take to you a lot better.
But Repka was in trouble then. Here's Euell again, and he has scored again. Incredible!
It didn't really enter my mind at all, you know, if I did score, that I'd do the old advert thing, but it was just one of those things. If you scored, you know what I mean, and you won the game, it's always going to be that bit better.
In tatters.
And you look at the moment, 13 goals, and you think to yourself, well, can I better that as a goal tally and as a player as well, with the players around me? Hopefully we can all bet what we did achieve this year, you know. I think obviously we want to try and obviously finish higher than what we've done. I think we're an established Premier League club now, and obviously start looking for honours and things like that.
Sadly, Jason Euell would miss the next 3 matches following a family bereavement. Charlton were disappointing in a 1-0 defeat at Southampton. Marian Pahars scored the only goal. Despite the poor performance, Charlton nearly sneaked a point when Steve Brown's long-range effort came back off the post and rolled agonisingly out the wrong way. Brown would get on the score sheet at Watford in the Worthington Cup, but it wasn't enough to stop Charlton going out in extra time at Vicarage Road.
Robinson couldn't control it. Parker who dived in, Doyley's shot charged down. Vanatza! And the First Division side lead. Wide from Robinson. Couple of minutes until half-time. Robinson, missed kick. Brown! 1-1. Almost in slow motion. Nice layoff from Noel Williams. Vanatza. Towards Paul Robinson, he's got round the back of his man! And he's got it in off the goalkeeper. Back in front, the Hornets. This is Fiskin, the substitute, with Robinson making a storming run outside him, and that looked like a push by Lisby. Penalty. Neil Barry had no doubt. It's going to be Tommy Smith versus Dean Kiley. Oh dear, really poor spot kick. We've played 3 minutes of injury time. Jensen into the mixer. Robinson! And they've equalised right at the death. Smith up against Luke Young. Oh, fine save, Kiley. Helgeson! What an impact by the substitute. 9 minutes of extra time played, and for the 3rd time Watford in front. How much ground has Robinson covered tonight? Here he goes again. Off the inside of the upright. That surely would have been that. Lisby, 2 minutes left. Parker! And now Charlton have hit the post, and surely now the game's up for them.
Newcastle United arrived at the Valley, but once again they wouldn't be able to win in the capital. And this was to be both dramatic and controversial stuff, and include yet another super sub performance.
Well, the position favours Jensen. It is Jensen! Oh, surely there was a handball in there. Andy Durso unmoved, but you can see there from Jensen's reaction that he clearly felt that an arm was raised. Boos around the Valley, and we can see here, yes, most definitely. Here's Bellamy. Oh, it's back off the post. He's had more chances than anyone to break the deadlock here. Super effort by Bellamy. This time Kiley was beaten. Jensen. Parker. Oh, fisted clear by Given. Here's Lisby, 4 to pick out inside that penalty area. And Lisby perhaps decided on the tougher option then. Marvellous effort by Parker. Ball really fizzing through the air. Lisby then with so many options in the penalty area too. Oh, the assistant completely poleaxed. The crowd are laughing about it. He clearly isn't. That was full in the face. Extra work for Andy Jones, the Charlton physio. Robert once more. Cross took a deflection. Oh, it's gone in by Speed. Newcastle United ahead. It's Gary Speed, it's his 5th goal of the season. Charlton a shade unfortunate there. The cross was deflected, there was no real power on the header clear, and there was no real power in the shot, just bobbled away from Kylie. Powell. Stewart driving on. Parker now. Here's Lisby. Parker again. Agonisingly close once more. Marvellous approach play by Charlton Athletic. Parker full of running there. Getting in behind Lee. Angle of the shot had beaten Given. Also the wrong side of the post. The sense now for Charlton, it's all or nothing. Graham Stewart is going off to be replaced by Charlie McDonald. Only 20 McDonald, his 3rd appearance as a substitute this season. Jensen. Oh, Johansson's in here. Given came out a long way. Goalkeeper had to be positive. Newcastle at times just a bit square in defence. Parker. Robinson shot, and McDonald has scored! Just 3 minutes after coming on as a substitute, Charlie McDonald has scored for Charlton Athletic. It's his 1st goal in the Premiership, and what a time to score it. Well, the coaching team got it right, and so too did Charlie McDonald. Magnificent effort by McDonald. This time Given had absolutely no chance. Really did strike that with such venom. Shaw up there with Fortune. That will be a Charlton free kick. Well, Fortune is clearly hurt here. Shearer is protesting his innocence, but the assistant on the far side was quick to raise the flag. Well, there may have been an elbow or an arm in there. It's a red card. Alan Shearer has been sent off.
Newcastle players seem to think that perhaps John Fortune made a bit of a meal of that challenge clash with Alan Shearer. What's your view of it?
Well, you know, if he did, then that's the first time I've ever seen it in training and in matches, because he's a very honest boy, and he came on today after 20 minutes and acquitted himself very, very well. So you know, I'll be disappointed if that's the case, but I'm sure it's not going to be. I'm not saying Alan Shearer caught him or whatever, but you know, John Fortune's not that sort of lad, so he must have been hit somewhere.
Charlie, your first Premiership goal, congratulations. What do you remember of it?
Not a lot really, just I think somebody had a shot and it ricocheted to me. I think one of them was going to clear it, and I just got my foot to it first and just smashed it really. Hopefully it went in.
I was in the programme today saying we've got 11 senior players out. Lost 2 today after 20 minutes, Steve Brown and Sean Bartlett, and 2 of the youngsters went on. I mean, the bench was full of youngsters. You know, we had 2 players going for operations this morning, Mark Kinsella and Andy Todd. You know, it just seems to be an ongoing saga at the moment, and we just cannot get get ourselves straight in terms of the size of the squad and the strength of the squad. But you know, the young boys that came on today, I'm extremely pleased with.
Reinforcements were needed, so Portuguese international defender Jorge Costa from Porto and Chris Bart-Williams from Nottingham Forest were recruited until the end of the season. Costa's experience would prove to be a tremendous asset at the heart of the Charlton defence. 2 days later at Chelsea, both players were on the subs bench, along with the eventual match winner.
This is Luke Young. Support from Stewart. Johansson, promising approach, play this from the Addicks. In by Jensen, Euell! Oh, back in the team and so nearly back with a goal. Chelsea sliced apart there, but how close was that? Very adjacent, judging by his expression, and it just clipped the edge of the post. Very unlucky, Jason Euell. Jonathan Johansson is being withdrawn. Kevin Lisby coming on, he's got just under half an hour to make an impact. Euell throws it down the line. First touch for Lisby. It's fallen nicely for Jensen. And he had Kudicini scrambling across his goal. Didn't miss by much. Lisby's first touch almost created the opening goal. Now then, it's a Charlton debut for the Portuguese international Jorge Costa. Fisher's come off. Costa, they call him the tank. Nearly 50 caps he's won for Portugal. He's on loan from Porto. Down the line towards Kevin Lisby. And he's gone down, and the assistant's flagging, and the referee has given Charlton a free kick here. I don't think Babayaro, in all honesty, was anywhere near him when he went down. The replay will tell us. And he's just stubbed his toe on the turf. And Charlton have got a real break there. Chelsea fans, understandably not happy. They'll be even more unhappy if Charlton makes something of this free kick. We're into the last minute now at Stamford Bridge. Kudicini trying to get his defence organised in front of him. And Charlton have plenty up here too. Konchesky, Lisby! And Charlton have stolen it in the very last minute. Off the bench and on the score sheet. Well, they are no respecters of reputation. Surely no time now for Chelsea to get back. Sweetly delivered free kick. He lost his marker and just had the simplest of tasks, really, to guide it inside Kudicini's post. It's an absolute stunner for Chelsea. Lisby once again, the match winner coming off the substitutes bench. We're deep in stoppage time. There's the whistle. Alan Kirbishley has pulled off another memorable coup for Charlton Athletic. They've already won at Arsenal, and now they've come to the Capital's second side and done them as well. Lisby with the winner right at the end, but they made the best chances. It wasn't really a smash and grab. Terrific team display as Charlton acknowledged their delirious supporters at Stamford Bridge. Winners here by 1-0.
Kevin Lisby's contribution earned him a starting place against Tottenham, and cue yet another London derby victory.
Played forward by Fortune. Here's Euell. And surely Graham Stewart. What a calamitous piece of defending. Seemed no danger when Dean Richards was being asked to shepherd the ball out. But he was hassled and harassed and forced into the error. And Charlton's captain simply said, "Thank you very much." Jason Euell deserves the credit for flicking the ball across. And Graham Stewart had the easiest of chances. Charlton in front, as they often are in London derbies, inside 4 minutes. What a start for Alan Kirbishley. Cowell. Jensen. Now here's Luke Young. Charlton with 4 ahead of him. And Lisby. Can he turn? Yes, he can! It's becoming quite a week for Charlton and for Kevin Lisbie. An 89th minute winner at Stamford Bridge. And now the goal that puts daylight between Charlton and Tottenham Hotspur. Charlton get really riled when you call them Little Charlton. Well, they're not looking so tiny at the moment. Ledley King missed the tackle, Richards slid in, didn't get the ball, and Lisbie was the opportunist on the spot. Sven-Göran Eriksson taking a break from his many engagements, switching on Christmas lights. Play switching pleasingly from end to end. Poyet. Sheringham. And here's Anderton with the run from deep. It's an excellent recovery tackle by Jorge Costa. That's the sort of play that they bought him for. 30-plus caps for Portugal, played against England at Euro 2000. And very solid at the back. Fortune. Poyet. Now Sheringham, one additional minute. Sheringham shoots! And it was helped past the post. Came off Jorge Costa, and in fact Kylie got a touch as well. And here's Lisbie. Trying to twist and turn his way beyond Richards. Heading down a cul-de-sac at the moment. Nobody's found a way out. Kevin Lisbie. Oh! Skimmed right across the face of goal. There is the suggestion that he might have passed instead to Jason Euell. It just shows the confidence of Lisbie. Amazing what a couple of goals can do. A perennial substitute given a rare start and making the most of it. Poyet digging out a pass for Everton. Charlton looking vulnerable here. Oh, the pass was behind everyone. Still it may fall for Tottenham. Davis can't get the ball from out under his feet, and then Poyet! Offside flag. It will count for nothing. Chance seemed to have gone, but then the hit diverted in by Terry Sheringham, who was clearly offside. Spurs have sent 7 men up for this. Oh, Sheringham struck it so well, but it was met by a save of some quality from Dean Kiely. As so often, the near post corner met by Sheringham with a meaty thump, and Dean Kiely equal to it. Rico. And now it's Scott Parker, and there's only Perry between him and the Tottenham goalkeeper. Parker desperately looking for support. Onside, it's Lisbie. It's 3. The classic breakaway goal. It's Lisbie's day, it's Charlton's day. Their remarkable record in London derbies is extended still further. Fine play by Parker to buy some time. Several looks up. The pass into the path of Kevin Lisbie. And Sullivan comprehensively beaten again. To Rico. And onside Sheringham, called again by Kiely. This is becoming a theme. Charlton pushing out, ignoring Sheringham at their peril, but not paying for it. Eight men up for Tottenham now. Everton couldn't guide it goalwards. Johansson to Rico. Poyet! That's one goal back, but it may well be too late. 7 goals in his last 9 games for the Uruguayan, who has to be just about the most dexterous volleyer in the Barclaycard Premiership. A show reel of his goals would be worth having for Christmas. And that would be on it.
Alan, a very good day at the office for you.
Yeah, I think that we started ever so well and got out the blocks, I think, quicker than Spurs, and it always helps when you score. And, you know, then the second one came quite quickly, and that was it. You know, I just felt, you know, it was a question after that, was we going to get the third and that's the game? And if Spurs ended up getting back in it, I think it may have been a bit difficult because they are a good side.
Is this the best day of your career so far?
Yeah, I've started a game for Charlton and scored 2 goals, and I feel I'm getting somewhere now, so hopefully I could continue.
You know, I'm not worried about playing the young players. I think if you look at our side today, Parker, Fortune, Lisby, Konchesky, Charlie McDonald came on last week and saved us a point. So I'm not bothered about that, you know, and the one thing they've all got, them young lads, is they're angry and hungry. Angry when they're not in the side and hungry to be in it. It's not such a bad ingredient to have.
Here's Ricketts. He's onside and he's away from Powell. Oh, back off the underside of the crossbar. Strong running there by Michael Ricketts. Terrific effort. Ricketts now. Dispossessed by Young. On by Euell to Lisby. Another chance for Lisby. And another good stop by Jääskeläinen. Twice now Lisby has been denied by Jääskeläinen. One-on-one with the goalkeeper who stood tall. Jensen. Here he is again. What delightful skill there by Jensen to get the better of Nolan. Just giving the Reebok Stadium a reminder of what they're now missing.
But then a pre-Christmas jolt. The season of goodwill began with far too much generosity against Blackburn Rovers. Thankfully, the Addicts would bounce back.
Here's Gillespie now. Always a threat when he's having a run on goal. Slotted through to Damien Duff. That's such a clever goal then by the Irish international on his so-called weaker foot too. It was the right boot of Damien Duff that guided it in. And Charlton were caught cold. Now George Costa. Charlton really pressing now. Jason Euell is a target here with Berg. Euell just couldn't keep it down. He was leaning back then, Jason Euell. Gillespie organising this free kick. Here he is now. Keith Gillespie. What a very good run too. Pull back for David Dunn. And there's number 2. And that has sealed the win now for Blackburn. Right at the finish here, David Dunn, who is such an exceptional talent, such an exciting prospect, and he has emphasised that again here to secure the 3 points for Blackburn.
No real chances so far. It's a very healthy crowd this Boxing Day, and Melville's in trouble. He's given it to Euell. It's a great chance, and he's wasted it. Made an absolute present of it by Andy Melville. Van der Sar came out, but Euell couldn't hit the target. One of those situations where maybe he just had too much time. Finnett. Sahar. Levinsky will strike, and that's a very important hand from Dean Kiley. It was bound for the bottom corner until the goalkeeper's intervention. Set up by Sahar. A real daisy cutter. Good stop. Parker. Towards Euell. Battling for it with Brevitt. Stewart. Lisby jumping, still not clear. Jensen to volley. Fine save. Euell. And again Van der Sar denies it. Excellent double stop by the goalkeeper. Initial strike was from Jensen. And Van der Sar recovered to save from Euell. Lewis Sahar over the Fulham free kick. He's gone to curl it. Beaten away by Kiley. Both goalkeepers have been in exceptional form today. The especially because he only saw that late, the goalkeeper.
We've had a good run of late, but the Blackburn one knocked us back. I was very disappointed with that. But we're playing well. I think we've played well today, and on another day we might have took all 3 points. So it's on to Everton, and we've got to keep going.
Rudzinski, this looks promising for Everton, and there's plenty of space for Blomqvist, and there is Rudzinski, and Kylie was alert to the danger, and Charlton can bring that ball clear. Early danger from Everton, created by Blomqvist, first time effort, and Kylie was equal to the challenge. Jensen, and again Chris Powell for Charlton. He's probing for that opening. Jensen again. Wants a delightful through ball. Lisby gets a touch on it. And Graham Stewart finishes against his former club. It was Jensen's through ball that created the opening. Lisby helped it goalwards. And there was Stewart to give Charlton the lead on the half-hour mark. Their first goal for 4 games and their first in over 5 hours of football. Charlton looking to add a second. They threatened to do so. For a 2-goal cushion, neat from Euell, and space for Robinson, who returns the compliment. Jason Euell, and that is the second goal, and deserved. Robinson set up Euell, and the finish was emphatic, and Charlton have that 2-goal winning margin.
For Charlton, number 9, Jason Euell.
Well, Charlton forced to make a substitution, the introduction of Paul Konchesky. Alan Kerbishley throwing him into the fray, and forced to do so because Graham Stewart is about to hobble off, having done his job, of course, scoring Charlton's opener, and in some discomfort. Stewart off and Konchesky on. Into the final few minutes. Robinson doing very well to keep that ball in play. Charlton chasing a 3rd goal just to round off what's been an excellent performance. They've come so well away from home. Dangerous cross. It'll come back out to Bart Williams. And at the 3rd time of asking, he frees Konchesky. A first Premiership goal for the youngster. Paul Konchesky completes what has been a very convincing victory. They've won this and won this at ease. Bart Williams through ball, and he caught it wonderfully well on the volley, and absolutely nothing that Steve Simonson could do in the home goal. Both substitutes then involved in that 3rd Charlton goal, and Alan Kerbishley will be pleased with his team's afternoon's work. Final whistle met by a chorus of boos. Everton's slump in form continues, but for Charlton, this a first win at Goodison Park in 50 years. The trip from London worthwhile for Charlton's contingent. Full-time Charlton 3, Everton 0.
Well, that was a rousing result and a real boost for the new year. 2002 began with victory over Ipswich Town, but were the Addicks a bit hungover?
An early Ipswich free kick, which Mark Venus will deliver. Ryerson gets up, that'll come to Marcus Bent, and Ipswich lead inside a minute at the Valley. Well, Marcus Bent has not taken long to make an impact since his move to Portman Road. Such a simple goal. Ryerson helped it forward, and no one picked up Marcus Bent, and Ipswich have the perfect start. Well, just the way to see in the new year. Marcus Bent on target. And Charlton have it all to do. Magilton, it's an excellent through ball, and it's set Bent away, and Kearney's committed, and Marcus Bent doubles Ipswich's lead, and we have played just 5 minutes. 2 for Ipswich, 2 for Marcus Bent, An amazing start to this afternoon's proceedings because of that man. Kylie caught in no man's land, and the finish was of the highest quality. What a start for an Ipswich side enjoying a mini revival, and for George Burley, I'm sure he can't quite believe it. Luke Young, testing throw, it's come down to Robinson, and Sereni can't deal with it, and Charlton have pegged back their lead. John Robinson with the goal. All came from Luke Young's throw-in. It arrived at the feet of Robinson and took a deflection en route to goal, and, well, Sereni just couldn't contain the threat of John Robinson. Charlton right back in this match. Charlton with a free kick, which will be taken by Luke Young. The flick on from Fish. There's Parker. Well, Venus cleared it off the line, and the referee and linesman decides it had crossed the line. No doubt among the officials that Scott Parker has scored, and Charlton have levelled it up at 2-2. Young's free kick caused the problems. Fish with a flick on, and Parker with the effort that Venus desperately trying to clear off his own line, but, well, the replay will show clearly the ball had crossed the line. No Ipswich players have complained to Uriah Rennie, and it's 2-2. Jensen with the corner, and Sereni is committed, and, well, that's half a punch on it. It's not away from the danger area. Back in by Parker. Costa. Linesman flag is up, and George Costa is denied his first Charlton goal. Well, Ipswich have looked a lot more purposeful in the second half. Determined run from Herman Hreinisson. It'll come through to Marcus Bent on a hat-trick for Ipswich. Hits the post, and George puts the rebound wide. Well, he won't come closer to a first hat-trick for his new club, Ipswich Town. He did everything just about right. Curl on it, and I think Kylie might just have got a touch to divert it onto the post. Lisby with a chance now for Charlton, up against Sereni, who makes an all-important save. So quick, Kevin Lisby. Scored in late August in the victory at Portman Road and seized on the defensive blunder, one-on-one, and Sereni was there to deny the Charlton striker. Armstrong. Possessed by Powell. Jensen. Young. And it's super build-up play. Robinson with an opportunity to provide the cross. Lisby's header, and it comes to Euell, and that will do nicely for Jason Euell. Suddenly, Charlton find themselves in front. 2 down inside 5 minutes. A stunning comeback, and they lead at the Valley by 3-2, thanks in no small degree to Robinson's cross, Lisby's effort, and there was Jason Euell. For the second successive match, the Charlton striker finds the net. How telling will that contribution turn out to be? Well, 2 over the ball. Jensen will be favourite to strike this, and indeed he does. Sereni with a very important save, down quickly to his right, and the danger's not away. Lisby with a miss kick. Struck it well, Jensen, and Sereni reacted quickly and made the all-important stop. Charlton are finishing this match on a high.
We've been finding it hard to win here. You know, we've got great results away, come back here and not do it, and We then beat Spurs and go away to Bolton, come back and lose to Blackburn, and then we've gone to Fulham and Everton, come back and 2-0 down. You think it's going to happen again, and great credit to him.
I think all three of the goals had a little bit of a deflection and things going our ways. Same as the third one when Kevin Nisby's gone up for the header and the keeper's parried it onto their defender and it's fell for me. And all goals like that, I think anyone's going to be happy to take.
I think from the moment we got to 2-1. I think that the momentum was with us, and we felt we deserved it. We created a lot of chances and went on and got the 3 points.
Up to 8th and on 29 points. Charlton were exceeding expectations once again. But just like last year, there was so nearly a shock third-round exit in the FA Cup. Second Division Blackpool took an early lead with this John Hill's goal. Wonderfully taken. And Blackpool went so close to hanging on. 74 minutes and a penalty lifeline awarded for handball by referee Barry Knight. Captain Graham Stewart stepped up to score. Just. Charlton poured forward. And Jason Euell scored the winner just a minute later, after an almighty goalmouth scramble. The cup giant killing would come later, after a couple of Premiership defeats.
Done. Here he is again. Tugai. Cole. Tugai once more. Oh, magnificent effort that by Tugai. What a fantastic goal. Tugai. Ball just skidding away from Jensen there. Here's Curtis. Stoppage time now at the end of the first half. Oh, it's a huge slice by Bjornaby. And here's Euell. And Charlton have pulled a goal back. Fortune. Lisbia. Oh, it's got back off the bar this time. Brilliant effort that by Jensen. Throws his head up to the heavens. Knew exactly what he was doing there. Did so well to keep the shot down. Powell. Oh, he's given the ball away. Here's Hignett. Now Jensen. And brought down right on the edge of the penalty area. Parker claims that he got a foot to the ball, but he's been shown a red card. Cole. And Hignett. Oh, it's a goal for the birthday boy. Cole wrestling for possession. And he's won the free kick. Quickly taken here. Jensen. Well, now it's becoming too easy. 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes. That one for Matt Jensen.
Merson trying to spread the play here for Villa. Now Hendry. Bit of a miss kick there by Fish. Could be costly too. Vassell. Oh, and it squeezed in. It took a deflection. But it's the opening goal of the night for Aston Villa. Darius Vassell. Oh, and now Angel's on his way. Vassell is up with him, might not need him, he doesn't. That is a super finish from Juan Pablo Angel. Well, he had his critics when he first arrived at Aston Villa, not now. He is idolised by the Villa fans, and no wonder, with finishing of that quality. Well, here's Lisby now, on the charge for Charlton. Away from Staunton. Was he brought down? It looked that way, and it is a penalty. It's a vital moment now. With some 3 minutes to go. Oh, Schmeichel saves. Stewart again. And they are back in it, but only just. He was very, very unlucky.
How do you assess Charlton's season at the moment?
Well, it's stop and start really for us. Just as you know, we look to be pushing up the league. We get a couple of knockbacks, and we got to keep digging in and just putting ourselves back in that top 10 if we can. You know, but we've got to be careful because the league's quite tight, and a couple more defeats can see us in a bit of trouble.
Charlton just happy to keep possession at the moment. But Williams has been dispossessed though, and here's Leicester. Now suddenly Leicester has got room in which to run. He's got right free on the right. Oh, what a goal! What a terrific goal from George Leicester. Byfield's done well because he was under real pressure there. That's a neat little ball as well, and Leicester is onside here. Only the keeper to beat. Oh, what a cool finish that was. Lisby. Charlton pressing and needing something desperately. That's a good ball through. The touch is a little heavy, but the touch from behind was heavier still. It's a penalty. Graham Stewart has the chance to partially redeem his side. Oh, the keeper saved again. What a wonderful cup tie this goalkeeper James Walker is having. Williams his corner. Here's Lisby. Still not cleared. Stewart. He's found a way through. And finally Charlton have their goal. Kishishev. Time is quickly running out here. Here's Lisby! Oh! How did he miss? And is that Charlton's FA Cup over? Only a matter of seconds to go, and that's it! What a start to Cullingly's Walsall career. For only the 5th time in their history, Walsall are through to the 5th round of the FA Cup.
Charlton needed a boost. They got it against struggling Derby County at the Valley.
Parker. Robinson again. Trying to get past Higginbottom and does so. Johansson's at the near post. Well, it was Robinson, the supplier. He's been a good source of good quality ball into the area this evening as John Robinson. Gone around Danny Higginbottom. Johansson coming in at speed at the near post. And just couldn't keep it on target. Good moment though for Charlton. I think that was directed at Euell Mulwenny on the receiving end of that Billy McEwen blast. And watching from a little further afield, John Gregory, the man in talks with Derby County. Bart Williams with the free kick, it's there! Chris Bart Williams gets his first goal for Charlton, and the deadlock is finally broken. Smartly taken, the wall disintegrated, and into the net. Well, the wall doing anything but its job, coming apart at the seams.
I just bent around the side of the wall really, and the keeper was unsighted, so it snicked in the bottom corner.
Lucky, or you obviously meant it? What about from Derby's point of view?
I did mean it. Lucky it went so low really, but they all count. I'm happy with it, and let's hope we can move forward.
This save from Dean Kiely was the one moment of excitement generated in the worst live Premiership game of the season. 180 minutes between these two teams had failed to generate a single goal. Champions Manchester United were next at the Valley. First though, some trivia for the pay-per-view audience.
It's almost 10 years since it reopened for business, but the Valley is still very much work in progress. Charlton Athletic plc is a concern that's going places, and so is the chairman's other business. Richard Murray's company owns 49% of the world's biggest game show. But who wants to be a millionaire when you've helped save a football club? OK, Richard, here we go. Question 1. What has been Charlton's biggest achievement in the last 10 years? Is it returning to the Valley, reaching the Premiership, balancing the books, or beating Arsenal at Highbury last November?
I don't need any help for this one. I think it's returning to the Valley.
Final answer?
That's my final answer. If we hadn't returned to the Valley, we wouldn't have the spirit of Charlton, which, in a way, you know, is the platform for everything we do there. It wouldn't be the same.
Here's the next question. What will be most important to Charlton in the next 10 years? Will it be surviving in the Premiership, the formation of a Premiership 2, hanging on to Alan Kirbishley, or beating Manchester United on Sunday?
Retaining our Premiership status. Our first ambition each year is to be at least fourth from bottom. In fact, it's to get 40 points as early as possible and then see where can we take it from there.
Which success story is closest to your heart? Only 2 options. Is it Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or Charlton Athletic Football Club?
Charlton Athletic Football Club.
You sure about that?
Absolutely positive.
Our next contestant, Dean Carley of Charlton. OK, Dean, here's the first question. Which Manchester United striker do you most fear on Sunday? Is it Ruud van Nistelrooy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Paul Scholes or Diego Forlan?
I would go for Solskjaer.
Final answer?
Yeah. I look at him and I think he's fantastic, and I've heard the news that Van Nistelrooy is a closet Charlton fan, so I'm sure he won't be obviously firing on all cylinders because he wouldn't want to put his favourite side down the league.
It made it very difficult for the midfield 4 of Beckham, Keane, Scholes and Giggs to have any real time and room on the ball. Just look how deep Roy Keane is dropping to just try and get on the ball.
And what a ball that was. Solskjaer getting in behind the defender. And what a finish by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. A brilliant United goal. But he still reached it. What a chance that was. And Euell knows it.
Well, it's the second time that Charlton have gone for this particular move, that near post, great little flick on, and you really would have expected Euell to score.
Sylvester's presented it straight to Parker. Looking for Euell. Blanc across to concede the corner.
Well, I talked about how well Sylvester defended in the far post moments earlier, and it was his header really that allowed Scott Parker some room in midfield once again to take the fight to Manchester United. But if Chris Bart-Williams can find the same set-piece routine, perhaps going near post, looking for Fish for the flick on.
Was the same routine. Costa tried to get his head to it as well this time. Robinson finding his way through. Fish's shot. Lisby across the box. Costa there again. Turned in by Stewart. But the linesman's flag will cancel his joy and provide more disappointment for Charlton. Offside.
Oh, great shame, but United were very adamant as soon as this ball came to Graham Stewart that he was offside. It really was fizzed around in the box, and it certainly, well, it was close, wasn't it? It really was a very narrow decision.
Giggs dispossessed. And Svensson gets his first touch. Wasn't the best ball back in by Lisby. He's got to really race back now as United break with Keane. Beckham to his right, Solskjaer and Giggs ahead of him. And he picks out Giggs. Great effort, and a very good save by Kylie, but the rebound turned in, as usual, by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's 2-0 to United. It might just be game, set, match.
Ball's going in. It's broken here for Decourt. He's going to try his luck and tipped over by Kylie. Certainly travelling, but Kylie has been in exceptional form all season. For Duca, down the line for Harry Kewell. He's got support from Fowler. Here is Robbie Fowler, off the outside of the woodwork. Let off for Charlton. It's the closest we've been. Svensson trying to set it up here for Konchesky. Only half cleared. This is Stewart. And it's going to come for Euell. The whistle's gone. It won't count.
Now, it's not uncommon for a Charlton crowd to hero worship a goalkeeper. Older supporters adored Sam Bartram. Those of fewer years remember Graham Tutt, Nicky Johns and Bob Boulder. Will step forward now, Dean Kiely. In his third season, he just gets better and better.
Every club I've been at, when I was at Bury in York, I mean, when there's 2,000-3,000 people watching, you can have a rapport because you can actually have an individual conversation because there's not many people there. But now, yeah, I mean, I think that people that pay their money and come and cheer your name and shout and sing your name, I will always give them a response back, and I think they appreciate that, and it will always be the case. I don't think you'll always get a response from myself because I think sometimes when the goalkeeper's the nearest person to the pitch, it's it's the first port of call maybe for the fans, and that suits me fine. I enjoy it, immensely. The occasion, is that you go to the big clubs and the ones that are perceived at the top of the tree, and you turn them over in their backyard. Is the players have the exact same feeling as the fans, because obviously the fans are cheering and really, really pleased, go to work the next day with a big grin on their face. The players seem feel exactly the same, and that's a good thing. Is that all the feelings that people feel throughout the year are encountered by every department in this club. So just trying to show that we're on the same wavelength, really.
Oh, Sheringham struck it so well, but it was met by a save of some quality from Dean Kiely.
My game would be Tottenham at home. When we beat them, I had a little bit of a sort of personal duel with Teddy Sheringham in terms of the saves, and he did his well documented corner where he gets it on the near post and struck, and I was able to make a save then. For me, probably that was the one game I enjoyed and got the most pleasure out of. But I just want to make a contribution for as long as possible. So the season that I've had has been ever present. So I've always been, in there and trying to make a difference. But a season's not enough. I want that to be 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. I want it to be as long as possible, and I want every year for me to get better as a player and as a person. And it definitely been going that way as we sit here now, so it's just more of the same and keep working really, really hard.
9 points out of 9 against Chelsea became 12 out of 12 in a pulsating match at the Valley. Another derby to remember.
Here's Euell. Laid off to Svensson. Kudachini's save. Konchesky was waiting to pounce, but the ricochet was away from him. Here's Gudjohnsen. Good spell for Charlton. Really taking the initiative at the moment. Svensson only just back, remember, from injury. Forcing the save here from Kudachini. Oh, now Gudjohnsen could be free here. Away from the marking for once. And George Costa redeemed himself with a very swift recovery. Gudjohnsen was threatening to sprint clear. They were caught napping at the back for once then Charlton. Gudjohnsen, only so sharp in front of goal, but George Costa made sure there was no real sign of goal for Gudjohnsen. Hasselback. Konchesky. On to Euell. Konchesky again. The save by Kudachini, and then Petit to hack it away. Kudachini felt there should have been an offside flag, but he was on his guard anyway. A top-class save from the Italian. Euell linking really well with Konchesky. Konchesky. Then Chris Powell. And Bart Williams. It's Powell again. Svensson is in the middle, so is Stewart. Here is Svensson. And Jason Euell! Oh, it's a cracking goal from Euell! And Charlton, Chelsea's bogey team, have struck again. Jason Euell's first ever goal against Chelsea. It was a long time coming, but it was so well taken. Really set up invitingly for him, and he tucked it away beautifully. Euell into double figures for the season. His first in the Premiership since January the 12th, and it's a vital one to the dismay of Kudacini. Chelsea want to bring on Gronkiar, they can't do so for a moment. Here's Konchesky and Jason Euell looking to embarrass Chelsea again, but not this time. Strong header by Costa, Parker. A buoyant Charlton at the moment. Bart Williams on to Young. Nabiyaru, who I gather is about to make way for Gronkiar's entrance, which has been delayed. Here's Bart Williams. Now that to Powell, some room to manoeuvre it. Euell is in the middle, so is Svensson. Kudacini didn't really get there. It's Euell off the line from Gallas, and again to deny Svensson. Goodness me, how did that stay out? Heroics from Gallas. Frustration for Charlton, who thought there they had extended their lead. First Euell, then Svensson, who will be most unimpressed by his team's contribution so far today. So, now Zola, good change of direction, and Hasselbank could be in here. Graham Poll shaking his head. Hasselbank can't believe it, nor can Chelsea. It's no penalty. Out came Kylie, who is now arguing the toss with Hasselbank. It's one of those contentious decisions, so difficult for a referee. He's gone past him. There was contact from Kylie, but the referee deciding there was no attempt to bring him down. Gronkiar. Good Johnson and Hasselbank in the middle. And here's Leicester. Clever little flick from Gronkiar. Good Johnson, Hasselbank, Lampard. 1-1. They have come back strongly. They might have got 2 down Chelsea. They survived on that occasion. And now they have an equaliser through Frank Lampard. Costa. Smothering the attempt there of Forsell to get past him. And Petit. And the measure there of Jason Euell. Oh, Euell suddenly free. Jason Euell with a great chance, and it's 2. No offside. Chelsea appealing in vain towards the referee's assistant. No response. Graham Poll says the goal stands. It's 2 for Jason Euell, it's 2 for Charlton. And suddenly Chelsea are in trouble again. Defending a really high line. Gallas was caught out. And such a cool finish by Euell. With only a couple of minutes to go. Svensson was on his way back. Gallas was caught ball watching. Brown up jumping Zola, no surprise. But it's a second consecutive league double for Charlton over their London rivals. Another sad statistic to underline Chelsea's inconsistency. 2 goals from Jason Euell. Another marvellous result for Alan Kirbysley's team as they consolidate their mid-table position.
What is it about Chelsea? You've beaten them now 4 times in 2 seasons.
Well, I don't know. It's my first season there, but we've done them twice this year. But I think it's just the local derby thing as well. You know, I think with the fans and the players itself, always gives that a little bit of something. And it's always where you want to go as a London club, and you want to go to the heights of our Chelsea are. And hopefully, if we can play where we are, we can get to that status soon.
We can't play Chelsea every week, but what are your targets from now on?
Well, firstly, I've been saying it all along, and I realised that early on, is to get safe. We've got to do that. For the development of the club, we've got to do that. And if we can get anywhere near what we achieved last year, which was 52 points, and I'll be delighted with that. If we can get anywhere near that, I'll be delighted.
Marshall forwards. Fortune away from Dickoff. Is it forwards for Dean? And Dean for Piper. Piper has had just the one run at Luke Young so far. Delaney's on the overlap should he decide to go that way. Instead, cross is not a bad cross. Scowcroft! And James Scowcroft gives Leicester City the lead. Fantastic delivery from Matthew Piper. Parker for Stewart. Looking to pick out Young and has done. Young's cross. Oh, Sinclair nearly did it again. Well, a classic own goal from Frank Sinclair last weekend at Middlesbrough. And he beat Walker there, and but for the woodwork, it would have been another to the Frank Sinclair selection of own goals. Look at that. Parker on for Svensson. Looking to pick out Stewart. Delaney didn't do enough. Stewart looking for Euell. And Euell shoves it home, and Leicester's defending was pretty amateurish. And that is why they have struggled so long this season. Svensson's ball should never have been able to reach Stewart. It did. And when Stewart crossed, Euell had found himself in a yard of space in the box. Delaney should have dealt with that better. And Euell turns it home. It's on quite a run at the moment, Jason Euell. That his first ever goal against Leicester City.
Richard Rufus would return at Tottenham, and the London theme was gathering momentum. Everyone was talking about Charlton's success.
Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, West Ham, Fulham.
Arsenal.
Incredible! It's 4 for Charlton.
Chelsea.
Tottenham.
It's 3.
11 London derbies in the Premiership, 11 games unbeaten. Arsenal have been the victims twice, Chelsea 3 times, Spurs just the once. So much for that little Charlton label.
Any local derby win are great wins, and the fans can really enjoy. And I know that people that went to Arsenal, we've not done that for what, 40 odd years, something like that. It was an incredible result, especially the way the game went.
If you're sitting next door to a couple of Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, and your team's gone and done a double over them, it's a good feeling to have. And fortunately, any Charlton fans out there at work are probably gloating at the moment in time.
In terms of performances and picking up the points, I think playing Chelsea at the Valley recently, we beat them 2-1, and I think we deserved it. And it was a big win for us because the Chelsea game was in between Man United and Leeds, and people keep looking at sequences of fixtures, and you're going to do bad, you're going to do this, you're going to struggle, and that was a big win for us.
And for the time being, Charlton Athletic are kings of the capital.
Probably out of all the London sides, you would probably associate Charlton with perhaps not being the most glamorous club, but the London league table speaks for itself at the moment.
We are still the underdogs. Even when we played Fulham, I think we was the underdogs in terms of the amount of money they've spent. So, it's nice sometimes being the underdog. As I say, the bigger clubs, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, the Spurs, the West Hams, have got it all to lose, really. And perhaps we've played on that a little bit.
Davis, great first-time ball for Ziga. Oh, what a good challenge again by Rufus. That'll make him feel even better on that one. He's not hanging about.
Superb, absolutely superb. The first one really is so important. Just look at the burst that Ziege makes, and that's so important to Spurs if they can get him forward, and then he follows it up with a really crunchy tackle on Gus Boye. It really has left the Uruguayan down on the pitch, feeling that. Oof, that's strong.
Not giving him room to make the cross, but there's Ziege. Oh, what a mess! And they're lucky to get away with that, Charlton. It looked a routine situation, and they made heavy weather of it.
I'll tell you what, it's a brilliant reaction here from Dean Kiely. I'm not sure the shout that he may have given George Costa there, but Les Ferdinand gets the header in. Just have a look at the reaction here from Kiely. Does brilliantly just to get a right hand to that. It was so important because that was heading for the back of the net.
Svensson for Charlton. Euell's on the run, and that's a great ball. Will it drop? Well, Ziege made sure it didn't.
Good defending from Christian Ziege. Just covered around Anthony Gardner. Could see that Gardner was going to be in trouble. Again, just look at the room that Parker's having in midfield.
And this time Young gets in behind Ziege. Good save by Sullivan. Oh, you can imagine how overjoyed he'd have been if that one had gone in.
Wow, what a chance. But again, look at the room that Scott Parker has to play that ball in behind Christian Ziege. He'd be very disappointed, Luke Young, because it's there, it's waiting. But he hits Neil Sullivan's legs.
As usual, he's here. And that other chap. They get to see quite a few games, don't they?
They do, yeah. Great programme collection this season, isn't it?
One of those frustrating sort of matches where every time it looks as though something's going to open up, somebody gets a block or a good tackle in, but maybe not now. Chance for Poyet! Should have been 1-0, and he'll admit that, I'm sure.
Well, he hasn't really been in that area of the field as enough of what his manager would want from him, but it's a surging run. It's a fabulous ball from Tim Sherwood, but give a lot of credit to the Charlton Athletic goalkeeper Dean Kiely. I actually think he gets something on this, just enough of a touch, but he's got himself a goal kick. But it's a great first touch with his chest. He gets into that area time and time again.
Stewart does well. Parker, as usual, available in the heart of things. Svensson. Captain's there again, looking this time for Euell in the middle, and in behind him was Powell. Unbelievable! 2 goals in something like 150 appearances for Charlton, and they've both been scored against Tottenham.
Oh, this is incredible. He's just taken a gamble. That's all Chrissy Powell has done. Jason Euell does well, but Ledley King, he's the culprit. He doesn't deal with it. It's just a hopeful ball in, and this is just about strength and muscle, but Ledley King doesn't deal with it. Chrissy Powell just really takes the initiative to Spurs. He's thinking, right, I'm just going to take a gamble here, and he gets his rewards for it. It's a scrappy goal, but you've got to say, really, Charlton have deserved something. They really have battled their way right through the course of this game. I think it actually came off his thigh.
Nail-biting time for Charlton now. And the header hit the underside of the bar. Svensson clears it. There's not a single Charlton player even close to the halfway line.
Would you believe it? Would you believe it? It's that man again, Gus Boye. Could have had a hat-trick.
Well, he needed the Russian linesman. He's not here. He's going to enjoy seeing out the last minute. But I would think now the light's gone out really for Glenn Hoddle and Tottenham. There can't be time, can there? The referee's looked at his watch, and there's the whistle. Charlton Athletic like crossing the River Thames into North London. They've beaten Arsenal away, and now they've beaten Tottenham Hotspur away. And Alan Kirbishley, who used to play in the same schoolboys team as a 15-year-old, the same Essex youth team as Glenn Hoddle, has outfoxed the master tactician tonight. Here's Charlton Athletic have produced another splendid performance on the road. They've moved on to the very significant total of 41 points, and they've moved into the top 7 of the FA Barclaycard Premiership table. They've gone above Aston Villa now on goal difference. What an achievement.
Well, that's a brilliant result, as they tend to do against London clubs. That's 12 league games unbeaten against London sides, but they really were disciplined right from the very moment. The back three well marshalled and disciplined by Costa, the 30-year-old Portuguese international. Rufus, whose first game since August. Jonathan Fortune, 21-year-old, either side of the Portuguese international. Best player for me in the game, Scott Parker, brilliant in midfield, really did dominate proceedings. And Dean Carley had a couple of important saves to make against Gus Poyet. Poyet could well point to the fact he could well have had 3 goals, certainly 2 excellent saves by the Republic of Ireland international. But Alan Kirbysh will be absolutely delighted, and rightly so, with his team. But Chrissy Powell doesn't come up that often with an important goal, but he did tonight. Just took a gamble in the right place at the right time. And good luck to Chris, and good luck to the Charlton side, because they have been brilliant this evening.
It's fantastic, really, what we've done this season against the London sides, and we're determined to do it again tonight. And you know, I've popped up with the goal against my beloved Spurs, you know, so I'm well pleased with that.
Alan, a great win, but how does it feel to have masterminded Charlton's first ever double against Spurs?
Is that right?
I believe so.
Well, it was hard work. I think it was our night. I think they worked as hard as they could. We had to change it around, and Richard came in for his first game. I thought he was magnificent. And we rode our luck, I think, once we went 1 up. At 0-0, and then got our goal. But, you know, I'm very, very pleased.
But from a lofty and supposedly safe position, Charlton's season tailed off. An unforeseeable run of results dragged them out of the top 10, starting against Bolton Wanderers at the Valley.
Oldsworth. Bobic collects. Needs some support now. Ludwig pull back that. This is Djorkaeff. And Djorkaeff finds the angle. Yuri Djorkaeff off the mark for Bolton Wanderers. Bolton in the lead at Charlton. It's Euell suddenly finding himself in acres of space. Powell. Another run at Barnes. This is Jason Euell. Didn't quite sit for him. Parker goes into the box. Penalty. Jason Euell with responsibility to get Charlton back on terms. And Ewell's put it wide. Will it be the Dane or the Frenchman for that Charlton wall to keep at bay? Djorkaeff with the first pot and the shot. Oh, and Djorkaeff's got a double. Kylie completely wrong-footed. Stewart takes it away from Djorkaeff and skips away from his marker and looks towards Euell. Jääskeläinen recklessly charging from his line. Euell pops it in, and it's the easiest of goals for Jonathan Johansson.
Murphy over the ball, 6 up for Liverpool. And the header from Smeaton. Onshow. Exploiting the pace of Anelka. Owens by the penalty spot. They've not picked out Vladimir Smeaton. Owen! Charlton appeal for offside. There's no flag. Owen scores at Anfield for the first time in 2.5 months.
Mark Kinsella. No flag here. Johansson has got him behind them, and Euell should have scored. Well, there won't be a better chance in the match. Jason Euell had the Arsenal goal at his mercy, and he barely connected him at all. Kinsella tried to free Stewart. Instead, it's Henry who's free at the other end. Thierry Henry! Just as Charlton Athletic were thinking they might score, Arsenal have. Dixon to Henry. He's turned Rufus, he's found Bergkamp, he's round Kylie, and Ljungberg runs into second. Given away by Robinson. Bergkamp slips it into the path of Ljungberg, who slips it into the path of Wiltor, who slips it into the path of Henry. 3-0.
Here's Cole. Now to Canio. Cole again. Costa stepping in. Kinsella there wants too much time on the ball. Canute. Now to Canio. Oh, that's a penalty. The warning signs were there for Charlton Athletic. Canio has scored from the penalty spot against Liverpool, Leicester and Aston Villa. Now he gets his chance against Dean Kiley. And West Ham United are in front. Neatly done by Canute. Here's Di Canio. Now Schammel on the overlap. Canute! And that's 2 for West Ham United. 2 inside 10 minutes. Here's Konchesky. Great determination there by Konchesky. And Johansson back off the post. At last Charlton stung into some sort of response. And by Euell. Oh, it's come back off the bar. And that's a penalty, is it? Yes. The penalty awarded there for Winterburn's trip. Charlton have missed 3 penalties in succession. The onus now is on Konchesky. Dear, oh dear. That was a dreadful attempt. Euell ready to wind one up. In towards Rufus. And off the line by Dodd. It's a goal. Charlton have taken the lead. And it's Richard Rufus, his first goal of the season. Southampton protesting. They felt that Dodd cleared the danger. Was it over the line? Yes. Here's Dodd. Oh, it's gone in. El Kalesh's goal. And Southampton are level.
It's in by Solano. Speed! Always a threat from set pieces. Lua. And Lua! Cue the acrobatics. Oh. Parker. Oh, he's played in John Robinson. And Konchesky offside. It's a nice move by Charlton. Without question, their best of the afternoon. Speed. Here's Shearer. Yes! 200 Premiership goals for Alan Shearer.
The North Stand was formally opened prior to the final home match with Sunderland. The Valley would now house more than 26,500 fans. But the biggest pre-match cheer was reserved for Clive Mendonca, forced to retire through injury earlier in the season. This was a fitting tribute on a fitting occasion for the Sunderland fan who played such a huge part in shaping Charlton's future.
Mendonca. Nice feet. Nice goal! Clive Mendonca's first for Charlton.
Here's Steve Jones, been set clear by Mendonca. And Mendonca has got his hat-trick.
Here's a chance, Mendonca having pulled away and showing the sort of devastating finishing qualities that persuaded Charlton to part with a club record fee for him.
Done by Jones, and here's Mendonca with a great chance, which he has taken.
Mendonca, really cool finish. Mendonca's in the clear and scores.
Here's Robinson, and Mendonca's free in the box. Number 4 for Charlton. Mendonca's turned well. 3-0, and an immaculate finish from Charlton's goal-scoring machine.
Mendonca's clear. Clive Mendonca! Charlton lead! And Mendonca, their top scorer, has taken his tally for the season to 26. Now Clive Mendonca. Mendonca's in the clear. Chance for Clive Mendonca! 2-2! Clive Mendonca's second Wembley strike leaves Charlton still in with a chance of playing top-flight football next time round. Crunching tackle from Brown. Steve Jones inside the penalty area. Good cross. Mendonca! It's extraordinary! Absolutely extraordinary! A hat-trick for Clive Mendonca. It's 4-4. Clive Mendonca, Sunderland born and bred, a Sunderland fan, a hat-trick against them, and Alan Kirbishley will love him forever.
Before kick-off, Charlton needed one more point to secure their own Premiership status. Sunderland needed all 3, or they'd be left to sweat it out on the final day. Proceedings got off to a flying start.
Here's Jason Euell. On by Stewart. The throw taken very quickly, and Johansson's on his way here. Euell making tracks into the middle. Jason Euell! A fantastic start for Charlton. Euell, who'd gone 7 games without a goal, has pounced here so early on. They've not been playing a minute. Sorensen distraught. Sunderland were torn apart here by the speed of the quick throw there, and then Euell arriving in the middle to guide it in with some power too. What a great pass set from Johansson, and beautifully struck by Euell. Kilbane, goodness me, it's 1-1. 2 goals in the space of 15 seconds, I would think. Incredible stuff at the Valley. Who says these 2 teams can't score goals? Dipped in, Phillips! Static defending punished, and Sunderland lead 2-1. Now Phillips. Good spot by Kylie. Oh, and Euell away, and so is Johansson. Surely, Sorensen with the save. And Sunderland were totally caught on the hop. How did they get away with that? What an opportunity squandered for Charlton. George Costa. Foul surely by McAteer. Now Powell. Up goes Spencer. This is Stewart. Oh, Sorensen committed, didn't get there, and it's hooked in. And Lisby has got it. 2-2 at the Valley. Stony silence to my left with the Sunderland fans. For those who follow Charlton at raptures now. Kevin Lisby, the Charlton substitute, has popped up with a goal that will break Sunderland's hearts. Such a cleverly executed one as well. Teed up by Stewart. chance and came but didn't collect. It was Stowell who headed it out, but only into the path of Kevin Lisby.
Here stands a mighty relieved man.
Certainly am. You know, I was looking in there with 10 minutes left or whatever it was, and thinking that we're going to have an anxious 2 weeks, and hoping things happen for us, and then an anxious 90 minutes at Old Trafford, and we don't deserve that. You know, we've been mid-table all year and got to that point start where everyone thinks you should get to, and no one switched off. But you know, we just got in a run, and as Fulham showed you, once you get in it, it's really difficult to get out of it.
And so to the final game at Old Trafford. Manchester United, already dethroned by Arsenal, but Charlton was safe for next season, and they were fielding George Costa for the last time before he returned to Portugal.
George Costa, a poor back header then, it's Forlan! No one in the middle, and Richard Rufus clears away as Kylie catches one on the edge of the box. Forlan, who pulled it back after that aberration then from George Costa. Rufus to bail him out. Yes, the pressure's off today. Scholes to Keane. Oh, some lovely footwork then from Keane. He can't beat Kylie, but clearly determined today to lead by his own inspired example, Keane, having had some harsh words to say about his teammates this week. Here's Stewart. Look at the space he's got here too. Now Jason Euell. Good stop by Barthez. A really good chance then, set up by Stewart's through pass. Euell, who is the only player for Alan Kirbysley's Charlton into double figures this season. Powell. Lisby linking well then with Konchesky, and Lisby's away. Still Kevin Lisby. Oh, he had Jason Euell square and free to his right. But he went for goal himself, and that was a terrific block then by Phil Neville. But Euell was screaming for a pass. So Alex is sweating a little. Konchesky. Took it by Parker. Now Chris Bart-Williams. Pulled back for Lisby! George Costa arrived on the scene as well, and maybe was in a better position there than Lisby. It was a glaring miss. Now block. This is Scholes. Linking well with Diego Forlan. What a good strike too. And a fabulous save by Dean Kylie. He really has been outstanding for Charlton this season. Forlan still yet to score for United. Scholes. Forlan with some room. Hit it really well. So close. It's his 18th appearance now for United. Still he hasn't found the net. Here's Fortune. Now Giggs. United still pressing here right to the last. It's Keane, he's through! Oh, what a stop by Kylie. Keane denied by his international teammate. And it would seem now United are heading for their first goalless draw in the Premiership in 3 years. An almighty scramble. And still time maybe for one final flourish here from United. Giggs. No, it's too long for block. Graham Poll about to blow the final whistle, and Manchester United will have to qualify for the Champions League. It's third place for them in the Premiership, but a very creditable showing by Charlton against Sir Alex Ferguson's team. They finished their season in positive fashion, inspired by some fantastic goalkeeping, yet again by the impressive Dean Kylie. They've kept United at bay and might have won themselves too with the chances that came their way. Their safety had already been assured, of course, coming into this game, and they've enhanced their reputation by really digging in against United to end on an optimistic note as Alan Kirbysley's side extend their Premiership tenure for another season. The final score at Old Trafford, Manchester United 0, Charlton 0.
Well, I don't think I've ever come to Old Trafford. I know it's the end of the season, and the atmosphere perhaps wasn't that if there was something on it, really on it, but we created a lot of chances in the first half, and I just felt that, you know, we might rue them. You know, we were happy with a point, but it could have been 3.
The final table, a bottom half finish, but the club had to deal with a continuous stream of disruptive injuries, and steady and sustained progress has been made, with that Premiership status secure. So, a season of consolidation in England's top 20. The North Stand is complete, and most importantly, there's another Premiership campaign to look forward to. We hope you've enjoyed this video review of Charlton's season, but the final word, of course, has to come from the gaffer. Bye-bye.
You can take your Premiership status for granted, and we just know how difficult it is. We knew it was going to be more difficult the second season back in there. And then when all them injuries come along, I must admit, you know, I did feel that we may have been in for a struggle. But if you look at it really, I don't think we've ever been in a struggle. We've had a bad end to the season, but we've never really been in that bottom three and been in any danger at all. I think it's been a good season for us, and you know, on the positive side, the club has moved forward again. You know, we've built a new stand, we've sold it out, and we're a Premiership club. And if you'd have asked me that at the start of the season, I'd have took that.
It's a delightful through ball. Lisby gets a touch on it, and Graham Stewart finishes against his former club.
The difference between the away form as well as this previous season is that we've gone away from home and we've scored first. And we've managed to hold on to that and then again hit teams on the break. And I think a feature of the Premiership this year has been the fact that a lot of teams have done well away from home, and they've been counter-attacking teams and hit teams on the break. And you know, perhaps that's the reason why so many home forms have not been that good.
Oh, and Charlton have taken the lead. It's Kevin Lisby.
I'm looking at John Fortune and Kevin Lisby, who have come in and out of the side this year and done very, very well for us, and I should be looking forward to next year. I'm also looking at Paul Conchessi and Scott Parker, who have been constants in the side, although Paul's been playing in all sorts of positions, but have been constant. And they've had a full season in the Premiership at 2021, so that is great for everybody connected with the club. 4 homegrown players.
He frees Konchesky, a first Premiership goal for the youngster.
We've been talking about plus points and what has happened this season, and I think the fact is that, you know, 23,000 mainly, or even more than that, of our own fans in there every week. They haven't seen us win as many times as we should have done. They've seen us give our all. I don't think there's anything can be levelled at us about that. But the constant thing, and the one constant which is shone through this season, is they've never got onto us. I think that they've supported us from the first minute to the last, realised the situation we've been in on a lot of occasions, and never really, as I said, got after the players, because that can have a real damaging effect. And they've been fantastic, and I know people perhaps don't read my comments in the programme too often, but you know, I always do state that, and it's not just us, it's the opposing manager, it's the opposing directors, it's the opposing fans are all saying the same thing, and you know, that's great for us, and we'd dearly love to give them more to sing about next year. Let's hope we can do that, because we know if we do, that will be second to none, that atmosphere at the Valley next year.